fine again. No, but it's got way more jam now. Dan here, Dum Dum Speed Shop. Anywhere we left it, this 55 Chevy Nomad, look at this. Look at this car. And it's like a real Nomad. I didn't chop it all up. And everyone always thinks I made this. Come on. Chevy got it right in the first 5,000. Anyway, where we left it, I had gotten this new to me, slightly display model blower. And we put it on, we got it running. Now there was a few things that were not correct. We have no charge system on it. The radiator fan is not hooked up. The rad's just kind of sitting in there. We have some vacuum lines that are just plugged. The throttle linkage is not quite done. As it turns out, when I was going to power tour, I must have run into a slight time crunch. And that's all thread rod with a nut welded on the end. So I thought, you know what? We're not going to do that. We do have a wideband for it. So I got a wideband. What else did I buy? Oh yeah, I got a proper charge system connector. I'm gonna sell these now, so instead of spades, we'll do that. What's this? Oh, some feet for the radiator, Dr. Pepper, and I got some miscellaneous throttle cable, which I'll just chop up and use. We gotta put the wiper motor back on, which entails taking the carburetor off, as I recall. So carburetor off, and while the carburetor's off, I'm actually gonna take the blower off and just change the oil on it. I drained some out and I refilled it, and it's fine. But you know what? At this point, it's 4 bolts. Take it apart, dump it upside down, let it drain, and then we'll put new. It's just gear oil, I believe, in it. So we'll put new gear oil in it. Pull it off. We can get to all the vacuum lines or boost reference, whatever lines, and we'll go ahead and plug those up. I was looking for some barbs so I could run some boost reference lines, but I didn't find one, so I just, whatever. We'll block it, and we'll put one of those in down the road. So we are getting a boost reference carburetor at some point, but that's not happening today. And I would like to drive this thing. But before we're gonna drive it, we do have to have that wideband in there, because I don't want to lean this thing out or screw it up. We have conservative timing in it, and we're going from there. Now, any of you boost guys out there, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. So I got 29 degrees of timing in it, locked out. So that's it. Now, they sell like a MSD or CDI box, which has I guess a map in it, and it will pull, you can adjust it 1, 2, or 3 degrees of timing per pound of boost. So the more boost, the more timing it pulls. And on the big, the big dog 671, 871 plus, maybe it needs it, but does this little one need that? This is basically, other than those little front wheel drive blowers people put on stuff, the catalog says it makes between 5 and 7 pounds of boost with the factory pulleys. I think that's where we're going to leave it. Conservatively, it's bolt on 100 horsepower, let's call it. Do I need all that stuff, or just set the thing at 29 degrees of timing, run good fuel, maybe put a whole set of plugs in it, make sure it's got the right fuel, and send it. So if you guys have been there, done that, or have any experience with these, let me know. I'd rather not grenade the motor, because that would be less fun. You get a deal on a blower and exchange to rebuild the motor. We're dumb here, DD Speed Shop, but that's a little excessive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the carburetor and blower off real quick, let that drain. In the meantime, we have to clean up in here. We're still dealing with a small amount of power. No, what do we do? Cruising the coast disasterness. So we'll clean this place up, and we'll bring you back when it's kind of stripped down and go from there. But it's just a lot of assembly and wideband. I do recommend those. Have a little fun. Oh, I bought you know what I did do? I bought a boost gauge. I wonder if that maybe has a barb fitting in it. There's no way it does. It's a ways later, except for now I've been screwing around and I'm frustrated. Anyways, it's all back together. Got the blower, it's like halfway up the sight glass with a new oil, which is pretty slick. If there's any Tri-5 guys watching, which there might be one or two. Electric wipers are sweet, but man, are they a hassle. Like, it's touching the distributor. So take it all apart, get in there, whatever. I know there's like fancier, like a rain gear setup, which I think is actually under the dash. But this is what we did, or I did. A bit of a schmozzle here of wires, but put this cable in here. So we have wide open throttle. So that's all that really matters. I gotta make sure that the pedal does it inside. And yeah, what else we got going on? I gotta put the belt back on. I'm just kind of picking away at things. I want to do that air fuel. I think I'll do that after supper. I'm gonna pull, well, the welder's already out. 2 welders, who would have thought, eh? I gotta decide where I want to put it, what's the easiest place to get, and then run the wires probably on the driver's side, just cause. So we'll get that. You know what? I was at the speed shop today, I didn't even check. Hopefully there's a bung in that friggin' box. I do have a second one I bought because I was like, I should have 2 of these just in case, and then put it somewhere. I was like, I'm gonna put it here and I will remember where it is. I don't know where it is. But yeah, I mean, other than that, we can just do a little bit of tuning and stuff. Realistically, I don't really care too much about the tuning, other than I just want to go lean. That is the real, concern. Put the bolts back in. I torqued them down 16 foot-pounds with some sealant in there. I put a pipe plug. There's one right down here in the manifold, so I did that. And actually, I noticed there's a pipe plug right here, which I assume that would be in the, I don't know, one's above and one's below. I don't know what the deal would be there, but do some Googling and see where the best place for the boost reference would be, if it matters. This carburetor is like 0 ports on it, so I have on the back a bit of a T off, so that's just what we run the brakes off of. There is no vacuum advance, which is relevant. It is locked out. Pretty simple setup. So yeah, I got a PCV valve. I guess I must not have hooked it up to anything. I'll have to look at some old videos, see what I did there. But yeah, I think I'm going to take a big, and we'll come back and we'll weld on that this thing right here. I'm going to make sure I have a bung in it real quick. It's sealed. Surely it has something. Okay, back in the garage. I might have had 1 too many slices of pizza, but we'll power through. So we got this gauge, man. They ain't giving you any more than they have to. Very simple thing. So everyone's like, oh, what is this? Blah, blah, blah. That was the same way. So like it's got all these wires on it. It's got this whole deal here. You're like, oh no. This is plug and play. So this plugs into the back of the screen, and then it is basically an extension cord into the sensor itself. So that's easy. This is what powers the unit and does everything. It has all these friggin' wires on it. All you need, power and ground. All these are like optional extra things that, well, we're carburetors, so we're just gonna ignore that. I'm data logging or whatever, serial pins, optional. You don't need any of that. So it's a 2-wire hookup. The thing that drives me nuts about these things, and a lot of stuff does it now, they don't come with like a little gauge pod holder, like that's the old swap meet deal. Next time you're there and you see the single ones for $5 each, load up. The only other thing we have to do, it did come with a bung, so that's mint. So then all we gotta do is weld that bung into the exhaust. We're gonna go, we got fender wells here, so there is some science as to where it goes. You don't want it too close to the exhaust. You want it ahead of the cats and all this stuff. You want a 100% leak-free exhaust. We're gonna do the best we can. So these things here, they go down, have a kind of a slope back, and basically where this collector dump is, we're gonna go on the other side of it. Now, there's all sorts of instructions in there. You don't really want the sensor vertical, and you don't want it horizontal. You want it at least kind of 10 degrees. So we'll be in and around that range. Honestly, whatever is easiest to get in there and weld is probably what it'll end up as. These are pretty much all universal. It's probably like a Bosch deal or something like that. I don't know. But whatever, they all have the same connectors. Keep track. These do screw up, you can get them off Amazon. But I think it's like $100 or $110 just for the sensor. We'll just leave this on the floor for now. Oh, this one's got some sort of options here. Anyway, I'm gonna run some lines. We're gonna do driver's side just because I'm lazy and it's easy. Maybe we won't, because off to the side, we have power on this side. And well, I guess we could run right through there. Yeah, maybe we'll do everything in here. I don't know whether this is switched or not, so I'll do a little check-in. Whoever wired this thing was a real hack. But if we get that dialed together, we'll just lay it on the floor. We'll get a mount for it after, or tape it, or do something real fancy, DD Speed Shop wise. What else did I have? I think, is that all my parts? Be something if I was done everything. I tightened up the radiator. We gotta put the belt back on, and then we can kind of drive it. It's already nighttime, it's cold and dark, but we might take a little ride around the block just for myself, and then we'll beat on it and break it tomorrow. So real simple, here's all I did. Just kind of welded that piece in right across from the dump. It didn't in any way say not to do that in the instructions, so I think it's fine. Up, over, zip tied. Through a hole in the firewall. Ooh, that pizza, I tell you. The wiring this thing is just brutal. It's got like, oh, my hat fell off. It's got a new harness, but man, I just ran out of friggin' time. Put the gauge in my cup holder. Turn it on, it lights up. Heating, so it'll do that, and then it should just read. Now, never had one like this before. The other one just kind of kicks on heat. Does that go all the way around? That'd be ridiculous. Heat. No, it's good. Okay, so now obviously it's reading lean because, well, there's no fuel in there. So that's mint. That worked out good. Put the wheel back on, drop it down, and then I think all I gotta do, oh yeah, fuel line, belt, and charging. Oh yeah, charge system. I got a hook, whatever up there, which is nothing to do. I believe this is probably exciter wire. So we'll just use that one. One goes to the right to the power on the back, and it should be good. Make sure we nothing touching anything, all the tools out of the way, a few nuts and bolts, miscellaneous, and then yeah, carb return spring. We should be able to fire it up, see what the tune's like, make sure it's rich enough and happy. We're gonna go on the rich side of whatever we have to do. Make sure we do vacuum leaks. It's dark out, it's late, it's cold now, winter, eh? And we'll maybe take it for a little test drive night, but we'll for sure do it tomorrow during the daytime. And look at all these parts, just junk. Ugh. You buy cars and you buy them in car loads. That's how you get the best deal, but the buyer's remorse is just real. So we'll get that all together. We'll see it, drop this thing on the ground and see what it does. Honestly, I just want to hear the woo, woo noise because that's pretty slick. It's late, it's dark out. This part of the video is going to suck, but I'm driving this thing, and I thought I would take you guys for a ride around the block. Man, between the blower whining and the Delta fan howling she makes, a little bit of noise. I have it set pretty friggin' rich. It's like 12.5, 13 to 1 at idle, and then it's like, when I was revving it, it wasn't under load, obviously. It was going down to like 11.5, 12.0, which is rich, but that's what we want. It's been a while since I drove this car. They have headlights. And it revs fast. Just a little bit. So, got a little heat in the motor. I whacked it once. It's spunky. Unfortunately, it's dark out. I really don't want to get polarized. I just got my license in the mail, and I have lots of points right now, and that saves me insurance. This thing sounds awesome, though. Okay, let's give it just a little roll in, maybe. Okay? Wow. Wowee. That's a problem. I feel like I should just put a wad of cash in an envelope and just send it to the cop shop, because wow. This car was just lacking just that little bit. That was like a half throttle, and it, wow. This thing needs gas in the worst way, but put my card on me. Okay. Wow. Oh, this is good. That was like half, 3/4 throttle, like. That is the right amount of horsepower. And honestly, this thing's got a big tire on. If you have a small tire, it would probably just ignite them. All right, I'm going home before I lose my driver's license tonight that I don't even have. Idling a little fast, but tomorrow after work, we'll take it out in the daylight and enjoy it a little.
Dani here, DD Speech App.
It's actually just new day intro.
Oh, new day.
There you go. After the clock wipe, we are pretty standard. But
I literally just signed new day.
Had to get a little fuel.
That's what that means in sign language. ASL. The more you know.
This thing, the intake noise, it's like Hellcat vibes.
I'm gonna ask you a question. You're not gonna like it.
Sounds good.
So what did this do?
Makes that worry noise.
Is that literally it?
Makes it faster.
Paid $1,500 for a worry noise?
Yeah.
Make motors whir again?
Make motors whine again. No, but it's got way more jam now.
I see. I see your point. I felt my eyes got really wide. I felt them go really wide. I'll be honest, that's not what I was expecting.
That was just like a tip in there. Like I have yet to really beat on it. I still want to put a few miles. When I was out last night in my driver's license, I was like, okay, I will get hauled to jail and the car will be crushed into a
you won't get off here now that we're home.
I don't know, you never know. But this thing is like, everybody needs these. Like it's
Supercharger.
Oh my god, it's an animal. It sounds cool, and then and it's super drivable. You can just drive it like normal. We definitely, when I get back, we gotta do a video of you learning how to drive this thing, just for the thumbnail of like, my girlfriend drives a supercharged 55 Chevy Nomad gasser, and people are like, it's a baby supercharger. More clickbait, DD Speed Job.
Well, I didn't do my annual trying to learn how to drive manual yet this year.
The only thing is I don't know, the idle's a little funny. I don't know if it's got a vacuum leak maybe I've missed, or it seems like it's a little high. Like
oh, you made him very happy.
I also think where the carb return spring isn't necessarily the best, so I guess maybe I shouldn't wail on it in front of the children.
No, you should not.
But that
it does sound cool.
It's very soothing.
It is actually. It's like good white noise. Actually, I will say, like I watched the 64 video, like the Cruising the Coast video where we just had like just the motor going, no time lapse or whatever. And honestly, that was pretty good white noise.
That car sounds
like
cool.
I'd fall asleep to that.
So we gotta get pants. That's what I need to buy. I'm always looking for pants.
You mean you don't want to use the ones that are all ripped? Right up to the crotch, right? I'm pretty sure it's right up to the belt line.
It's fall. I need winter pants.
Someone said it's long john season, so you can just wear long johns under it and then have those for breathability.
Actually do need long johns. Man, I was always like, yo, blowers are cool and this and that, but I didn't quite realize how cool they are.
Except you don't have the aesthetic part of it.
No, I don't. I feel like I'm already... I'll pin that comment with all the others. Not a real blower.
It's a baby blower.
It is a baby blower.
It does look cool, like in the car.
Oh yeah, that's badass. I am concerned it's gonna blow the motor up. Whatever.
Really?
Jamming all that extra power in for no reason.
That's why you don't jaywalk, I'm just saying. There is nothing that makes me more mad than people that jaywalk. I'm just
Somebody wanted to complain,
saying.
how would they even know what car did it? It's basically a Kia.
No, it's not a Kia. Did you tell them?
Tell them what?
Oh, we sold the Kia?
Oh yeah.
The Kia's gone. No more Kia.
I'm so happy.
How a little car, but that was like my first like new car that I bought all by myself.
I bought lots of cars.
You have a lot of cars, and now I just drive Grams, which honestly is nicer than the Kia anyway.
Grams is a nice hot rod.
It is a nice hot rod. I got so many compliments on that thing.
Well, obviously it's awesome. All right.
It literally lifted me off my seat. This is a bad car for you.
This thing.
You would not have gotten off the warning if this was in Cruising the Coast.
If we took this Cruising the Coast, holy moly. This thing is like.
That ripped.
And that was like $5,000. I mean, that's probably where a boat's gonna stop making power, but. No, yeah, this thing's a problem.
You can't
now.
be trusted.
Oh no, yeah. Well, last night, I mean, part of it was in my license. Like, can't see there's any cops around. But I mean, this thing is like it was a fair bit of money, and honestly, that was a deal and a half because these things are now like $4,000 for that blower setup.
Really?
Yeah. But it's like. Buckled?
I am buckled, but I lost my phone.
In all the acceleration?
Yes.
But this thing is trouble. Like,
yes.
Yeah. It's probably, I mean, it's got like the right amount. It's probably like 450 horsepower now. Probably like just the right amount.
It's going to be super worth losing your license?
No, it's going away right away. But now it's perfect because like the transmission and rear end are both rated for like 600 or 700 horse. This probably has in around there, like 450, 500 probably.
So we're playing with danger.
So everything, no, like the car is like, everything is like meant to be. The way I see it.
Uh-huh.
We'll find the weak link if there is one. But I kind of feel like I love Newburn's car because it's just everything is, until he put the blower on it, he's gonna find a weak link here. But it's just like you can wail on it all day and it would just take it and loved it. What I actually want to do when I get back here next week, we got to put just some like regular small tires in the back because it's got like slicks out back, so it will annihilate tires. Like it's gonna be a problem. And that was like at a roll up. I'm sure if you just dump the clutch, it'll just all sorts of things will happen. But we're going to get pants right now, and I don't want to get arrested today because I'm going away tomorrow.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, this is a good investment. If I see, like, I'm buying another one. They're on Amazon for like $4,700. I'm like, whoa.
Where are you going to get $4,700 from?
By Visa.
The Visa's tired. It's still recovering.
Oh yeah, Cruising the Coast money. You're going to start slanging some t-shirts right away and we'll spend it all on Superchargers.
Oh, is that what we're going to do?
Oh, we're going to save it?
Well, that'd be just silly.
Yeah, that's what I see it.
Daniel.
Sorry. Okay. It's a problem.
I'm going to have to learn how to drive manual because you're going to get in trouble and I'll be driving the car again.
Oh yeah, you're driving this thing next year. Where are we going on the other side? Damn it.
Maybe if you're paying attention to the driving and not the vroom vrooming.
That's never going to happen. Plug it off. Where do real men go and get clothes? If you can't get it at March Work Warehouse, where the Relax Fit? Well,
maybe look in skinny jeans.
no. Where are we going now? You need anything?
Nope. Just home.
Just home.
In a calm and orderly fashion.
Oh yeah. Calm and orderly. We're in a parking lot. I thought there's no rules on of what?
Guns and stuff.
At Walmart?
At the Tim Hortons right over here.
There's gonna be one good thumbnail in this. Not gonna lie, my foot did slip a few times there, and that was not planned. I was trying to drive nicely. Our Manitoba roads are to blame for that.
People are gonna think that I'm like being like, don't go fast, blah blah blah. But I'm literally doing it knowing who you are as a human. So I just want to remind people, I'm fun, but I just know that somebody doesn't know his limits.
But if I find a limit. Actually, this thing needs a rev limiter now we're talking about it. Old guy nugget.
Well, what's not to dig?
The rattiness.
This thing's fantastic.
Of course it is.
Do you have your license at least today?
Honestly, I feel like you should make sure the seats aren't gonna blow out of this thing.
I feel more comfortable with more than just a lap belt
Yeah.
now. I will say.
This thing needs something else.
I'd like a little more to keep me in my seat.
You know what it needs? It needs less rear tire. Because if it had less rear tire, it wouldn't hook up as good. You probably really got to whale on it to bring the tires loose. And honestly, the tires are like $1,000, so I don't want to burn them. Christmas is coming, right? Oh, I'm a size 265 or 295, 65, 15, baby.
Oh, okay.
Relaxed fit. With the mushy compound.
Yeah.
Balloon seat.
You know what? Just send me a link.
Oh, I will. I just like the woo. Hopefully that camera gets picked up. Some people find it annoying. But... Well, there you go. I feel like this has kind of scratched my Hellcat itch. I don't feel like I need one.
It's like a tuning fork.
Yeah.
Flat. You're so flat.
It's tuned awesome.
It's pretty cool, I won't lie.
Well, and it's super drivable.
Because it's supercharged.
I got it set up way too rich, so we got to get another carburetor. That'll be another video. Well, actually, when I get back, we'll change the tires, we'll change the carburetor. I was going to put a vacuum gauge or a boost gauge on this thing, but fiasco. Instead, it came with a bezel. So I was like, oh, mint. No, I thought that was like a... No, it came with a chrome bezel. So there's no way to mount it. And I wasn't about to do anything quirky. So, we'll just say it's probably fine. I'd like to just know how much boost it's making.
You have it hooked up though?
No.
Oh.
I don't know where I put it.
Isn't this it?
No, that's air fuel. So it's running Richie. You were looking at that for how many days last?
I didn't know what it was.
Oh.
In my defense.
It's hard to argue with that. Alright, well, let's go. People will listen to the soothing sounds of a small block Chevy yakking its guts out.
It sounds like it'd be interesting. I would never eat that, but you could.
Thanks. A little HP sauce in there, probably fine.
Yeah. No, you should eat that pizza though, because it's having pineapple, and I don't like that.
I actually broke the tires loose on that one. This is exactly how cruising the coast went. Okay, just 1. Okay, just 2. Okay, just 7. Whoop, whoop. And then it was over.
I wonder if because they ran your license at Cruising the Coast, if that would show up here.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Let's not find out. I could ask the guy. Sir? So I got a warning in Biloxi.
You feeling the same, or what are your thoughts?
Are you cool here?
Oh, you hate hot rods. Oh. Shoot.
Dang.
You are not my target demographic.
Away she goes. I'm just helping. Oh, this car is so good.
I am happy for you, baby.
Why is it winter?
Honestly, it's probably for the best.
I'm driving this thing down south, leave it somewhere. Someone watching this video is going to be storing this car before they know what happened. Slap it on a set of winter tires. I'm going to strap the tires to the roof, the slicks, and I'll see you later. We'll drive until the weather doesn't suck. You'll fly in as per usual.
Oh my gosh, one time. I flew in one time. And none of y'all are letting me forget it. Listen, I've done my time. I've slept in cars twice now.
Newburn keeps sending me screenshots because all these people are giving him a hard time about me calling his car a trailer queen. He texted me yesterday, they were in California. See, I'm in the airport flying home. The guy comes up and gives me a hard time about my trailer queen car. Well, in my defense, he was flying, not even driving. He wasn't even towing it. Probably had ship. Poor Newburn. I don't know if he thinks it's funny or not, so hopefully...
I mean, he texted you.
Hopefully everybody's giving him a hard time.
In a loving way.
Gets the joke.
We're gonna come back and he's gonna have, like, disconnected and stolen all the parts off my car.
Whatever. We have this now. I forget other cars exist.
You always forget other cars exist when you're driving one.
That's right. This one's awesome. I forgot we built it so good. 9-inch, Tremec, badass motor. It was missing the motor. I cheaped out on the motor. Idiot. I can't believe you let that fly.
What was I thinking?
You were thinking.
Classic.
So let this be a lesson to anybody else. When you're putting a motor in a car, always put the biggest one. So whatever you can afford, double it with the Visa.
No, that is not financial advice.
80 Speedonomics. We're making her. You did have to, she had to pay the cable bill the other day because I forgot.
Yeah, for 2 months you forgot.
But on the plus side, it's like girl math, I didn't have to pay.
Yeah, but I'm taking money from you to pay it.
Good luck.
I know where it is.
The money's gone.
I know where the secret stash is. I just can't reach it, so you'll have to reach it for me.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't bust tires, there's no problem there.
Jack! That's your cousin.
All right, well, we'll see y'all at home.
Hopefully.
Oh, we're making it.
Oh, I don't doubt we'll make it.
This thing was designed to be bagged on.
I just mean home and not
Prison.
yeah.
It's fine. Made her back. I really want to keep driving this thing, but I have to go on a work trip tomorrow. And I feel like if I keep driving it, there will be a problem. Oh, I smell gas. Wasn't anything's leaking. It's got a bit of a coolant leak. Just in the gauge. Okay. So if anyone's thinking about buying one of these things, I highly recommend it. I know they're not cheap, and I know I got real lucky with the deal and all that, but if you got the extra bucks or you want to do something, man, they are fun. So thanks again to Newburn, and honestly, thanks to all you weirdos who watch these videos, watch all the ads, buy shirts when Dani, if she ever gets around to it. I don't know why people want the Nomad shirt.
It's coming.
But anyways, yeah. I mean, without that, I obviously couldn't afford this and be able to horse around and do stupid things, much like this. But I think we'll do one more video on it. Like I said, I got the carburetor coming. I'll get the vacuum gauge hooked up. Hopefully, we can do that before winter. Or I mean, worst case, we'll put studded tires on it and snowplow or something like that. I'll keep going. But I have a couple videos already recorded on the '56 Chevrolet.
You should just leave that open.
Huh?
You should just leave that open.
I will leave this open. There's still bugs after the power tour.
Oh, American bugs.
I don't watch this thing. Look at just. Anyways, that'll be coming up, and I think we're gonna start jamming on that. I'd like to get that thing kind of done, and then Bricklin coming home, all sorts of fun things. So thank you very much for watching. I don't know what you're watching next, but I'm sure I will be in it. I'll see you on the next one.